In our previous videos, we discussed how various states were integrated into India. Let us now turn to another important part of integration process. Mere integration of states was not enough. For administrative purpose, it was necessary to create unions out of small states. Most of the states in India were not contiguous. One state had some of its territories inside another state. In other words, there were a lot of enclaves. It was difficult to control such territories. Also, there were many states which were very small in area. As we discussed in our previous videos, only 140 states were fully empowered and over 300 states were actually states or talukas. It was not viable for such states to operate independently as it would be administrative overhead. To tackle this problem, there were two options. First one was to merge small states with neighboring big states or provinces. Otherwise, another option was to create unions out of these small states. But this was not straightforward, as states were not willing to give up their identities. Also, there were no consensus on which state should get what kind of rights in unions. However, in most of the states, agitations by people were going on for the responsible government. It was not possible for the rulers to hold their states for too long. If ruler didn't agree to merger of the states proposed by government of India, then they would be at the mercy of responsible governments for their privy purse and couldn't even negotiate. So most of the states agreed to the merger or creation of unions. Overall, 14 administrative units were emerged. Hyderabad and Mysore were left untouched. 216 states were merged into the provinces in which they were situated or to which they were contiguous. 5 states were taken over individually as chief commissioners provinces under the direct control of Government of India. 310 states were consolidated into 6 unions. Let us now see how the Privy Purse for rulers were decided. Privy Purse is the amount given to the rulers per year as they had exceeded all their powers to India. This amount was decided on the basis of the average revenue of the state for the previous 5 years. The first formula of Privy Purse was evolved by the political department in 1945 in consultation with Chamber of Princes. This formula was too generous. So, Government of India used two new formulae for granting the Privy Purse. First one is known as Deccan States Formula. It was designed by Congress subcommittee consisting of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Dr. Pattabhai Sitaramaiah and Shankar Rao Dev in connection with the formation of Deccan States Union. Under this formula, the rulers were to get a Privy Purse at the rate of 15% on the first 5 lakhs of the average annual revenue, 10% on the next 5 lakhs and 7.5% on the revenue above 10 lakhs. The Deccan State formula did not fix the ceiling, but it provided a minimum of Rs 50,000 per annum. Home Ministry designed another formula known as Eastern States Formula. Under this formula, the rulers were to get 15% on the first lakh of their annual revenue, 10% on the next 4 lakhs, and 7.5% on all revenue above 5 lakhs. The financial year 1945-46 was taken as the basic year for the calculation of Privy Purse. The Privy Purse was exempted from the taxation. Any successor of the ruler was entitled for maximum Privy Purse of Rs 10 lakhs. Amount of Privy Purse was to be paid by Central Government of India. This Privy Purse put the burden of Rs 20 crore per year on the Indian treasury. But India has also gained significant amount from the properties of the rulers which they have acceded to India. Now let us see what was really achieved by India. Significant achievement of Indian government was that they completed the enormous task of consolidation within the 2 years from the independence. It is nicely summarized in what Nehru said in September of 1948. By the partition, India had lost an area of 364,737 square miles and a population of 81.5 million. By the integration of states, we brought in an area of nearly 500,000 square miles with a population of 86.5 million. India had brought all states into the same constitutional relation with central power, irrespective of their earlier rights, power or relations with British government. Along with integration of states, law and order was also established in these states. In many states, communists or other forces were active. India brought all such forces into the mainstream democracy by continuous efforts over years. For the first time in the history, geographical, political, and economic unification of India was achieved. What can be a bigger achievement than this? An architect of this unification was no other than the India's Iron Man, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. In his own words, the great ideal of geographical, political, and economic unification of India, an ideal which for centuries remained a distant dream and which appeared as remote and as difficult of attainment as ever, even after the advent of Indian independence, was consummated by the policy of integration. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and comment because discussion is solution. For more discussions, please subscribe our channel.